I think it's been a big challenge. Not something it's not like I didn't expect it to be this tough. I mean, none of us had tried a real international team. A lot of different philosophies and way we want to play, and it took some time. Initially, we began continuing the work that they did last year, so continuing the same playing style, but that didn't work out for us. So after, I think it was EPL in Düsseldorf, we kind of knew that okay, we can't play like Astralis did that we represent in the Danes, and we can't play like Vitality did last year. So we have to come up with a new Vitality, and I think that has been working really well for us. But we kind of had to start over. So I think it's been a big challenge, but I didn't come to this team expecting us to just from the get-go win tournaments and secure finals. I would have hoped for better results, but for me, I'm not too worried. I think some of the time in Astralis was also extremely challenging when you were used to winning and then going down like we did. That's also a really tough environment to live in. But yeah, it's definitely up there. But that's also why I took this job. I wanted to challenge myself and I wanted to try out new stuff. And yeah, in this, how to say, field of being an international team, it's also new for me, and I've learned a lot for the past 6 months. So for me, it's a learning experience, and despite me winning 4 majors and some trophies individually, I can also learn, and it's been a tough challenge for me, but I feel like we're on the right track, and I'm still very confident in the team. I expected the communication side to be tougher than it actually is. I mean, sometimes, yeah, during really chaotic rounds, we struggle with the communication, but I actually think that a lot of these things were actually going over what I expected. I expected it to be a much bigger issue, and then we've had some other issues with I think the philosophy thing kind of surprised me. We had a lot of talks in the beginning, and we kind of saw eye to eye on how to play the game. But when we then go onto the server, a lot of misunderstanding happens, or in these situations I would have done this instead, and that's just something that takes time and that you need to evaluate every time as a team. How do you actually do it in these types of scenarios? And I would also say that right now the meta of Counter-Strike is to have a lot of firepower, and I think we have been struggling in that department. Some players not always showing up, and misunderstandings as well as a team. But yeah, I think that has been tough. But a lot of things also surprised me that I think the way that we approached it was really good from the beginning. It helped us, and some of the big problems that I expected to be really tough for us wasn't that tough. But then some other was really tough that I didn't expect to be tough. So yeah, that's just how it is. The biggest, how to say, obstacle when you are in a team that is working really hard and you're really trying is to keep up the motivation when things are not going your way. It's about keep grinding, keep believing, keep trusting the process. I told the guys from the beginning that they cannot just go and expect, okay, from the French side of things, now they got rid of their 2 weak lanes and they got two extremely experienced and better on paper playing than the previous 2 players, and just expect that to just, okay, then we will somehow be better. Counter-Strike is a lot about team dynamics and how you function as a team, and role-wise it has to click. I think right now we have a bit of some role clashes that we're trying to work on, and that we need to work to find a solution for. But I think for me, I think it comes down a lot to the mental side of the players. Like, we have been working really hard for 4 or 5 months. We haven't been playing up to what we expect of ourselves and from what the fans and Vitality expect from us. So it's a tough environment to live in. But the only way that we can come out of it is to grind and work even harder and just keep believing that at some point we will crack the code. And I think when we do that, it's also going to be a really good period for the team.